Hey hustlers, Miles here. I hope you're having a great day. In today's video, we're going to be going over 3 simple ways to make your first sales on Etsy with print on demand. Let's get into it. So welcome back to Hustling Never. Please like, subscribe and hit the notification bell if you like this video. If you're new to the channel, welcome. We're all about building successful brands online for more money, more freedom, and a better future. And currently we're working on building our Etsy stores up with print on demand. So if you need help with that, please subscribe. And quickly, before I forget, if you like this content, make sure you check out the hour-long Etsy print on demand masterclass I put together for free via the link below. It's gonna walk you through the exact steps and processes you need if you want to make 5 or even 6 figures in yearly sales with Etsy using print on demand. Again, links in the description below this video. So let's talk about making your first sales on Etsy. Now, I was kind of inspired, to make this video, as I received, a message from someone the other day who, had just, recently started their Etsy store and they had finally made their first sale and, they was really excited. It's a very, very special moment. As if you can make 1 sale and you're consistent, you can make 10, and if you can make 10, you can make 100, and so on and so on. It just kind of snowballs from there. The main problem is many people get stuck in that period before making your first sale, where you're uncertain if something's gonna work, you're not sure, you kind of get disheartened because maybe you don't get your sales as quickly as you want, and then many people give up, which is unfortunate. So in this video, I want to give you 3 things that you can use to speed up the process to making your first sale. Okay, the first thing you should be doing is making sure you're putting your listings in front of the right people or buyers. This is because you could have the best products in the world, the best designs in the world, but if you're not getting them seen by the right people, you're not going to make sales. They simply won't sell. And this goes for putting them in front of the wrong people. You need to put your products in front of the right people. There's people that are most likely going to buy what you have to offer, and there's people that will never buy what you have to offer. So you cannot waste your time, effort and money targeting the wrong people. Okay, it's just a recipe for failure. So how do you get your products in front of the right people? Well, it all comes down to using the right keywords and tags for your listings. And many people get this wrong, or they really overcomplicate things, and it's probably one of the biggest reasons why you're not getting the sales you want. Now, the first thing you want to do is you want to gather a bunch of keywords that are relevant to the product you're trying to sell. There's a brilliant couple of websites that can help you find the right keywords with this, namely eRank or Marmalade. They're both very good. However, these sites aren't magic bullets, and this is where many people go wrong. Okay, so for every keyword and tag that you are thinking about adding to your listing, they need to be relevant to what you're selling, and you need to ask and really think to yourself, would someone, or is it likely that someone would use this term, this search term, to find my product? If it's not likely, then you don't want to use it. It's very simple, but you'd be surprised at how many people simply don't do this. The biggest mistake I see people making when it comes to that keywords is that they use keywords that might have a high amount of searches or are kind of popular but aren't really that relevant to what they're selling, and keywords that are highly unlikely that someone would use to buy their products. Remember, Etsy is basically like a search engine. People on there are searching to buy products. The less relevant your keyword are to what you're selling, the less likely it is that someone would use it to find your product. Let me say that again. The less relevant your keywords are to what you're selling, the less likely it is that someone would use it to find and buy your product. So you need to make sure your keywords are relevant to what you want to sell and what you believe someone most likely use if they were searching to buy your product. You know, this gives you the best chance to get your products in front of the right people. Okay, simple way of making your first sale. Number 2 is everything to do with how your product looks. Okay, once you've got the right keywords, you put your product or listing in front of the right buyers, you kind of assess the tags. Okay, you want to make sure they want to click on your listing, okay, and not your competition. You know, a customer makes a split-second decision as to whether, you know, they're going to click, you know, on a listing, and then, you know, it's another split-second decision as to, you know, whether they're going to stay on it or look further or look for something else. And as with all businesses, you know, you're in a competitive market, okay? Your listing, you know, must stand out, it must look professional, and, you know, it must hook the buyer in and make them want to, you know, click on your link, stay there, and find out more. So you need to make sure your images and photography, you know, is up to scratch. You know, you'd be surprised at, you know, how many people, you know, don't really even look at what their listings look like compared to, you know, the other listings in their niche. And of course, you know, this comes down to, you know, the main thumbnail. I want to think of, you know, your main image as like an ad, okay? If you wouldn't use that image to advertise your product, if you wouldn't pay money to put that image in front of people, like using Facebook ads or whatever, then you probably shouldn't use it for your main product image. That goes, you know, if you're looking around at your competition. If your competition have better photography and better images than you, then guess what? You've got to improve. You've got to aim to have the best images, okay? So, you know, this is something you really need to, you know, spend a good amount of time getting right, because if you can get your main product image right, okay, and you got the right keywords in place, you're gonna make a lot of sales. And now let's talk about number 3. And, you know, I say this time and time again on this channel, and, you know, it's something that, you know, still a lot of people, you know, don't have this mindset, and that is the mindset of testing. You know, you keep testing and adding products until you make your first sale, okay? You just can't expect to put a few products up, just let them sit there, do nothing else, and then make sales. It just doesn't happen like this. You know, I personally had to put up around 50 products in order to make my first sale, and I tested a lot of different things. I made a lot of mistakes before I made that first sale. And, you know, as I say time and time again on this channel, you must be prepared to test. You know, if you're not gonna make it on Etsy, okay? You must be prepared to experiment with different ways of putting your listings up, different niches you go into, different images, different methods, until you find out what works for you and you make that first sale. Now, you know, I'm not saying to change your listings, you know, every day, everything, but what I am saying is experiment with new listings. You know, don't just pull up, you know, a few products, a few things. Don't be satisfied with, you know, just one product image. You know, try different ones. This is probably the biggest reason why new sellers give up, okay? Is because they're simply not prepared to test, and then when, you know, they don't make their first sales as quickly as they want to, they simply give up, okay, which is a shame, okay? So don't be that person. So in summary, you need to put your products in front of the right people. You do that by using the right keywords. You need to make sure these people, you know, want to click and choose your products over your competition. And you must be prepared to test and treat this like, you know, a scientific experiment until you find out what works and what doesn't work for your individual store. So I hope you enjoyed this quick video. I hope you found it useful. And, you know, if you want to learn more about, you know, the methods we spoke about, you know, finding the right keywords, what kind of keywords to use, making your store stand out from the competition and making it, you know, a store that people want to click on and buy, then make sure you check out my free 1 hour long masterclass that will show you the exact steps and processes you need to take if you want to build an Etsy store that generates 5 or even 6 figures in yearly revenue. Links in the description below this video. Again, please like and subscribe to the channel if you like this content, and let me know in the comment section how you're getting on with your stores. Keep hustling, and I'll see you in the next one.